Holiday season is often described as the most wonderful time of the year, but for many it can also be a time of heightened stress and anxiety and grief as well. And understanding how to manage stress is really critical, not only for your emotional well-being, but for your physical health as well. Joining us to talk more about managing all of that stress, especially at a time of the holidays, is mental health counselor Carolina Pena with Parkland Health. Thanks so much for being with us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me today.
So a lot of people are going through this, and it seems like it's heightened, well, when we get to the holidays, especially when we talk about things like grief and stress, because the holiday, marks a natural inflection point for people to think about things, and there's so much going on. What do you offer as far as some stress management techniques for people who are coping with these kinds of things during the holidays? In that period of time, they're expected to be so happy with everyone else.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned grief especially. So if it's grief, I would say we need to start realizing, acknowledging what is going on, right? If you lost a loved one or if you have, some family changes, like be aware of that. Stress in general, we just need to learn to slow down and change priorities and expectations, I would say.
Now, when you tell people that, do they just, when I hear slow down, I always think, yeah, I would love to do that, but it feels like it's so hard to do. But the problem is, if we're not the one who does it, nobody else is going to do it for us either, though.
It is true, and I will let you know, I work here at Parkland on the behavioral health with palliative care and oncology patients, and one thing I tell them that I learned with them is that cliches are not cliches, right? Slowing down. We heard that exercising, sunlight, all those things, eating healthy, they're true. Like, I seriously, when you get to the point where you get sick, you realize that these simple, small steps, the cliches, how we call them, they're way more than that. There's basically our, lifeline to healthiness, either emotional, physically, and mental. So yes, it is hard, but the more we slow down, the better we are to, be able to go ahead and fix any problems or reduce the stress and get everything we have to do.
Yeah, we have to just keep reminding ourselves to do it. Can you talk a little bit about some of the physical health issues that come about when you have prolonged stress?
I think one of the issues with stress is this, right? We have normalized stress. We have stress everywhere, from the holidays, traffic, your religion. We were just watching the news. There's a lot of stress. And we normalize that. So we don't really think that there's any side effects from stress. But the more you accumulate stress, your immune system gets weakened, right? You get to a high alert state, and that triggers cortisol. That's the hormone of stress, okay? So you could have heart conditions, you could have high blood pressure. As I said, your immune system decrease. So you could catch pretty much any illness, any disease from accumulated stress.
And we, of course, want to remind people, anyone who's really struggling with these sorts of things, that they're at Parkland. They do have resources to help you if you're struggling with holiday stress or mental health issues. Any of that stuff that we just got done talking about, there is help available. Carolina Pena with Parkland Health. There's the number, by the way. parklandhealth.org is the website. The phone number, 214-590-8000. You can call or text 988 for free support as well. Once again, Carolina Pena with Parkland Health, thanks so much for being with us this afternoon. Very timely there. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for help us caring for everyone out there.
And happy holidays. And I'm going to slow down now after you gave the advice. You're my excuse.